Hi, Debbie. Can you see my screen? Yeah, okay.
Visa rejected. So I said, talk to Visa directly. I don't want to be the postman.
Masuklah. Hi, good morning, everyone. I just want to do a mic test. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think we can start. I think most of our guests are here already. So thanks everyone for joining today. So today's webinar title is what actually works today in AI for AI in insurance and what is dangerous. So just for an introduction for myself, I'm Debbie. I'm an associate actuary and also the analytics lead in Actomate. So my work is mostly technology related. So all the AI related presentation are mostly done by me. So when I was preparing for this webinar, I was already thinking like AI is probably already one of the most overused words in many business right now. Like every conference has AI, every proposal also has AI, and like every vendor claims that they are AI powered, but in insurance, we cannot really afford to follow all these trends blindly, because in this industry, mistakes would affect the policyholders, the financial results, and also the regulatory standing. So today, I want to talk about AI in a more practical way, like what actually works and what actually creates real business value, and what is risky for AI to be done in the insurance industry. Okay, we go to the first slide. So before we talk about insurance, let's take a step back. Actually, AI is already part of our daily life. So when you open Netflix and it recommends what to watch, that's AI. And when Google Maps reroutes you because of the traffic, that's also AI. Or when your phone auto completes your message, that's also AI. Or like when you speak to a voice assistant, that's also AI. So and notice something, AI works well in all these areas because the decisions are low risk and the impact of being wrong is rather small, and the systems would improve with more data. So now if we compare this to insurance, if let's say Netflix recommends you the wrong movie, it's not a big problem. It's not a problem. But if an insurer priced wrongly or declines wrongly or approves fraud claims, that's a serious problem. So AI in insurance must be treated differently. Okay, we go to the next slide. Yeah, so let me simplify AI into 3 practical layers. First is the traditional analytics. So this is what many insurers are already doing, like the reports, dashboards, and the trend analysis. Second is the machine learning. This is predictive. The model will learn patterns from data. This is something like the pricing models, the fraud detection models, and the lapse prediction models, and so on. And then there is this generative AI. This is something that is newer. So this is where tools like the OpenAI became popular. So this system can help us to generate text, summarize documents, and also draft contents. Now here's the thing. In insurance today, most of the real financial value comes from the predictive machine learning, not really from the chatbots or from the pretty visualizations. So in insurance business, if your AI initiative is not linked to either loss ratio, expense ratio, or capital efficiency, it's not really strategic. It's more like experimental. Next slide. So why does AI matters for insurers? Insurance is already a data business. First, we collect policy data, claims data, and the medical reports, customer behavior, and so on. But historically, we don't really fully utilize them. So AI allows us to extract more insights from all this data that we already have. So that's the first reason. Second is the margin pressure. Because the claims costs are increasing, the medical inflation is also real, and the fraud is getting more sophisticated. Even a 1% improvement in loss ratio can significantly impact profit. Okay, so AI is strategic because it can reduce leakage, and because leakage can compound. So like the small underwriting mispricing today can become large portfolio impact later. But it's about the speed and the customer expectations. Okay, so customer would expect faster claims decisions, faster response, and more transparency. So with AI, it allows faster work, but the speed must come with control. So in insurance, speed without governance is dangerous. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so now let's see what actually works today. So claims is probably the most successful AI use case so far. Why? Because many claims are repetitive, like medical bills, policy reports, standard documentation. And AI is good at extracting all this data from the documents, checking completeness, and flagging unusual patterns, prioritizing all these high-risk claims. So all this would reduce the handling time. But let's be clear, AI works best for all these low complexity claims. But when the company tries to fully automate all these complex claims with multiple coverage triggers, then things will get more complicated. So there may be also wrong rejections. Then we have customer complaints. So AI should be used as should just inform instead of making the decisions, because humans should decide on the more complex case. So this boundary is important. So for example, there is this AI-driven claim system called Lemonade in the US that can approve simple claims in seconds. This system works well for low value and low complexity and more straightforward claims. But they would still escalate all these complex claims to the human. The takeaway here is not that AI would replace the claims handlers, but AI works well for structured and repetitive claims. Then secondly is the fraud detection. This is also another strong area. So traditional rule-based systems can help to flag suspicious claims. So machine learning can detect all these patterns across many variables simultaneously, like the network behavior, the timing patterns, and the provider relationships, and so on. So this would protect the loss ratio directly. But the fraud models require continuously monitoring, because the fraudsters can adapt and the models must also adapt faster than them. So if you build it and just use it without enhancing from time to time, then it will deteriorate. So there is this large insurers like AXA, they actually publicly disclose that they use this machine learning to enhance their fraud detection model. So they combine all these network analytics, the behavior patterns, and the historical claims data to do. So fraud detection is one of the most financially impactful AI applications, because it directly protects the loss ratio of the company. Then AI can also support underwriting by providing risk scores, summarizing medical documents, and highlighting unusual risk factors. But because underwriting is judgment heavy, so over automating all these underwriting decisions would increase the model risk, especially in life and health insurance. So AI should enhance the underwriters, but not to replace them entirely. Like for example, this Ping An Insurance from China, they invest heavily in AI-driven underwriting and medical image analysis. So they use this AI to analyze medical scans to support underwriting decisions and to improve the turnaround time. But again, AI supports, but not fully replace the human underwriters. So their advantage was not just the models, it was the integration into their workflow. So that's about the governance and the execution, not just the technology. Okay, we go to the next slide. So okay, so basically it helps with operational efficiency and cost reduction, as it would help to streamline the workflows through automation, reduce manual efforts and costs, faster turnaround, and enhance risk management and decision quality with better data visibility, early identification of risks, more accurate and consistent decision making, and improved customer satisfaction with faster response and delivery, more reliable and error-free outcomes, and improved overall customer experience. Okay, go to the next slide. Okay, now we talk about risk. Okay, I think this is the part many of the AI presentation don't really emphasize enough. So we have this data quality risk. So because insurance data is usually not clean and pretty messy, so we have legacy systems and manual overrides, missing fields, and so on. So if your data is inconsistent, AI will actually amplify the inconsistency. So AI will scale whatever you feed into it. So like good data will get good scaling, but the bad data will get bad scaling. Then secondly is the black box risk. So in insurance, explainability is important. So like for example, if a customer asks you, why is my premium higher? Or the regulator asks, how did this model make the decision? We must be able to explain clearly. So like some advanced models are powerful but hard to explain. But in regulated industry, explainability is very important. Then there is this bias risk. AI would learn from the historical outcomes, but if the historical underwriting decisions were biased, then the model will learn that pattern. And because AI scales the decision, bias will be scaled too. So this will become reputational and regulatory risk very quickly. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so how should insurers approach AI? In my opinion, it's like first you must have a human in the loop, and high impact decisions must have human oversight. Second is the strong governance. So AI models should be validated, monitored, and documented. So as actuaries, we understand the model governance. AI is like another class of model. Third is we must have a clear financial objective. So if AI is not really improving the loss ratio, expense ratio, persistency, and the risk selection, then it's not really strategic. Fourth, start focus, because if you start big, you will lose control. But if you start small and focus, you will be able to build capacity gradually. Okay, then but looking ahead, AI will not replace insurance professionals, but it will change the roles. So underwriters will use the AI dashboards. Claims teams will focus on the exceptions. and actuaries will oversee the model governance and risk. And the competitive advantage will not be like who use the most AI tools. It will be like who manage the AI more responsibly, right? So I think there's no more next slide, right? Is there any more slide? Okay. So so just to summarize, AI in insurance is already happening. We are already using it for already a very long time. So it already deliver real business value, but it must be implemented carefully. So if we use it properly, and it would help to improve the profitability and efficiency. But if you use it carelessly, it will also increase risk. Okay, so this is the end of my sharing. So now we go to the Q&A session. If anyone has any questions, you are welcome to ask. Right. I think we have a Q&A chat box, right?
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
Hi, good morning, Debbie and everyone.
Morning.
So this is Kenlix. Just would like to find out how you see the actual work could be challenged or even replaced by the AI in the next 10 or 20 years. Is it possible?
I think if you want to totally replace, like for example, if you talk about actual work, I think you mean like actuaries, right? You want to maybe like AI would replace actuaries, you mean?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not, in my opinion, I don't think AI would completely replace the human actuary, but it will actually change the role of the responsibility of the actuaries. Like for example, a long time ago, maybe I'm not sure, maybe 30 or 40 years ago, if you want to, like for example, if you want to calculate the reserve for a business, you would probably need to run the calculation for maybe 1 or 2 days because of the processing time of the machine back in that time. But for now, because we have many more tools that we can use, then some of the calculation are actually already more automated. Then this actually changed the actuary's role into, instead of running the calculation, but now they are more into like analyzing the numbers. So I would to summarize, I would think it's like AI would not completely replace human, but they would change the role of the human. Like for example, maybe 10 to 20 years later, the actuaries would not do exactly what we are currently doing now.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
Yeah, just a follow-up question from Kenlix. So, in your opinion, what skills should an insurance professional, such as an actuary, start developing or learning today to stay relevant in an AI-driven industry?
What skills are? I think the first skills is we would, because in the insurance industry, it is more difficult to adopt AI because it is a very regulated industry. And then it's not that the regulator is like anti-AI, but as long as we know how to explain our model and everything can be audited, and also documented clearly, then it would be easier for us to adopt AI in this insurance industry. Yeah. Did I answer the question?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Debbie Raymond. So just would like to, not too sure, probably put that forward a thought or an idea when we talk about AI. So if I would like to summarize AI in a very short sentences, I think we can, I mean, from insurance or reinsurance perspective, anything in relation to the historical past statistic, equations, formulas, and big data or data mining people have been talking about for decades, AI will do a fantastic job. But of course, a lot of movies and even some of the university taught the professionals statement tell us that the quality of AI and self-learning could be two areas that every industry has to pay full attention to. Because when someone, and I mean, some countries in the world, they have put AI in the military use by putting in some false data and try to increase the warrant. So in short, it's like if I would like to search for high level wording like loss ratio, and if we have a few billion of the false data inside the internet to put loss ratio into something that we have not come across to, and those people, if they do not check, they do not validate, they will just extract it from the internet, and which the other part of the world they have achieved their target, meaning they have polluted, they have distorted your financials. So I think the quality part is everyone is trying to safeguard against, and certain rules and laws are considered or even embedded in EU and other parts of the world. So there's one thing. Second thing is like the self-learning. So if AI is able to do the self-consideration and thinking, I'm pretty sure that we human will be in trouble because all the judgment, all the interpretations, whatever the education experience we have gained and learned for the past so many years will be easily replaced by AI, and they can work 24 hours, 7 days a week without resting, so long you ensure you do not or you do not unblock the power. So these are the two areas that I think probably we may want to give it a thought, but there's also very little thing we can do at this point in time, especially from Malaysians' perspective. So just my sharing with all. Thank you.
Very good sharing, Felix. I would agree too. Thank you. Any other question or any more or anyone wants to share any of your thoughts? Okay, I think if there's no more questions, then I think that's the end of today's webinar. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.